Greetings and blessings. I just made a longer depth video explaining what was going on today. I'll link to that video here. And so I got that work done, and I just wanted to show what it looked like and what the future holds for winter farming. So let's get into it. Quick temp update. I've been in here working for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and it was at 63, and it's only dropped down to about 59, so only 4 degrees it's dropped with me having the door open like that for an hour and a half on an overcast day. Yeah, and it's only 45 degrees outside. So I've got here that has just been planted Shanghai Pak Choi, Han Tas Thai, it's a flowering broccoli, Tot Soy Asian greens, purple Mizuna, regular Mizuna, rainbow Tot Soy, Wasabina greens, Lola Rosa lettuce, and that is everything that I have just planted. There's 3 rows. There's my leggy seedlings, but that's just what we're dealing with. They'll come out of it. 1, 2, and 3, starting right here, and they go all the way back to the bottom of that wall support back there. And I've planted a few in these boxes as well. So going based off of the planting dates from Elliot Coleman's Winter Harvest book, and I've wrote these down. Feel free to stop the screen and screenshot it, because this is a wealth of knowing right here. So these seedlings that I just planted, I sowed in soil. Here, sorry about the focus. There we go. I sowed in soil blocks on 11/19 and 11/23. You can see I moved them up to the big blocks from the small blocks on the 23rd. And that is when I did this second sowing, and then from the 23rd, move up to big blocks by 29. So I think I did them a little bit before that. But anyways, so sown on 11/19 and 11/23, going based off of Elliot Coleman's chart here, that will lead me up to have cold hardy greens on the end of March. So if I were to do another seeding on December 12th, that'll lead them up for 410, 1226, 415, 19, 421, so on and so forth. And this is for in a greenhouse under a second layer of protection. Because of daylight, because of the lower daylight levels, this is why the crops that would usually take 40 days take way longer with the lower daylight levels. It's not so much the cold, because with the one layer of protection, that takes you 500 miles to the south, which would be about New Jersey, and then the second layer takes you another 500 miles to the south. So that brings you to about Georgia. So the only outlying factor is the sunlight being less amount of hours per day, and that is why the plants grow so much slower when we're below 10 hours of daylight. But then once we go above 10 hours of daylight in February, everything that you see here, you know, all the spinach and arugula and kohlrabi and cilantro, and then all the kales and lettuce that I had explained in that other video that I have linked to here. All of that will start to put on exponential regrowth because they already have established root systems, and all of these little seedlings are just going to kind of sit in place. They'll grow, but slowly and vary a little bit, and I'm probably definitely not going to put a second layer of cover over this, so they may even take a little bit longer than the end of March. Probably somewhere in the beginning of April I'm expecting to have these new fresh seedlings ready, and somewhere around early March, everything with the early to mid-March, everything with established root systems will be putting on exponential new growth, which will be nice to have that availability of greens at that time in the season. So one would love to do a 12-12 planting, a 12-26 planting, so on and so forth. But the thing is by 2-6 I'm already starting onions, and by 3-6 I'm already starting my eggplants and peppers inside, right? And then by like 4-17 I'm already starting my tomatoes and cucumbers and all the other crops that'll go out in a month from then. So, and this is all I have left for a pathway. So I'm basically maxed out here on December 2nd, but I've done all that I can to max myself out, and we'll see what happens. So this is my first year doing the 2 layers of cover. Last year I just had one of these outside. I can link to that video here. And I successfully overwintered spinach, mustard greens, and lettuce. And it took down to -40. So if I could do that outside with just one of those, I'm really excited to see the results from what happens with this really nice protected structure, keeping everything about an average 20 degrees warmer in here than outside. So if it gets down to -20 outside, it'll be 0 in here, and I'm confident that all those cold hardy varieties that I named will be able to withstand that. And there's much denser plantings on the winter sowing, so they're sowed a lot much closer together. And also, so on the flip side, that means in the summertime, when it's 80 in here, when it's 80 outside, it will be 100 in here. And that is why I'm going to turn this into an eggplant, cucumber, pepper house in the spring. So stay tuned. One Love Wholeness. Thank you everyone for your support. Got tons of great videos on the way. And a big salute to everyone winter farming. I hope this could inspire you. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, likes, dislikes, ideas. Send it all my way. One Love Wholeness. We'll talk soon.